friends, this is your girl Regina Patterson. I am the founder of RRP Marketing, and I am also the founder of Melanin and Marketing, a group over on Facebook. I am so glad you are here today, and today we are going to be talking about 12 resources that we tend to sleep on when it comes to leveling up your game. So, here's the deal, right? We all know that when you want to learn something, when you want to know about something, we go to two sources. We go to Google and we go to YouTube. And that's why they're called Google University and YouTube University. But there are so many hidden gems out there that we're just not taking advantage of. And I want to make sure that you know about these gems so that you can go ahead and level up your game. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. The first one I want to talk about, which is one of my personal favorites because it tends to be an OG in the resource and knowledge world, and that is lynda.com. Lynda.com is a resource that's out there. I think it's now owned or under the LinkedIn umbrella, but I've been using it for years. It's actually the tool that I use to learn to design. I go there sometimes for web information. It's just a really good tool to help you increase your skills and to learn new things, right? The second one is Skillshare. Skillshare is another one of those resources that's out there. It comes for a very small fee per month where you can go in and you can learn different skills, right? People take their knowledge, their talents, their gifts, and they teach you, for a small fee on how to do it. With Skillshare, you'll have a monthly membership. You'll go in and you just learn what you need to learn and then you apply it. I especially see artists using Skillshare, right? But I'm not gonna say it's just limited to art. The next one, this is my all-time #1 recommendation, Audible. Audible.com. I read so much, and it's like, how can you get that many books in a day, and so on and so forth. The reality is, I do it through audiobooks. However, Audible is my go-to. When I'm driving, I can listen to Audible. When I'm taking my dog out for a walk, I can listen to Audible. Sometimes when I'm working, I can also listen to a book on Audible. So please, honey, do not sleep on Audible. Level up your knowledge by spending that, I think it's $15 a month, $14.99 a month, and level up your knowledge. Number 4 is LinkedIn Learning. Do not sleep on LinkedIn Learning. A lot of people think that you go to LinkedIn to find a new job, maybe to sell a product if you're a salesperson. But LinkedIn has some great tools that are out there, and LinkedIn Learning is one of those tools. Use that tool to learn from other experts within the industry and learn to level up your skill. Once again, it does come with the price. However, like I said before, you have to invest in your business. You have to invest in your knowledge. You have to invest in your personal and professional development in order to make money, right? So don't be afraid to spend a little bit of money on some of these subscriptions. And the reality is that when you're done with it, you can always cancel a subscription. So the next one you'll be happy with because it doesn't include an investment, and that's your local library, right? There are free books from wall to wall, right? Local libraries also have a business center, and their business center has information about launching and operating a small business. Sometimes that business center may have a database for business research. My local library definitely has that, and I use that. That's one of the ways that I target businesses. I can look up, businesses within my target market and filter to them, figure out who the owner is, get a little bit of information on those businesses through like web search. And I create myself a way to actually reach out to those businesses. So please do not underestimate that local library. And the reality is now that we're in the digital world, you can do a lot of this from the comfort of your own home. Another one that I think people sleep on is their local SCORE branch. SCORE is a resource or a tool that's out there from the Small Business Administration within the government, and they provide free business coaching. So please take advantage of SCORE. I've even done a marketing course through SCORE myself, where I've actually taught the class. And on the other side, I've had a SCORE mentor before. So definitely take advantage of SCORE. We all know about podcasts. Go ahead, listen to podcasts. I'm totally a fan of Gary Vee. There's another one that's called The Strategy Hour. I know tons of people like Side Hustle Pro. Go ahead and just find those podcasts that speak to you. This next resource shouldn't necessarily, or isn't probably a resource that people sleep on, but I do think that it's a resource that not enough people take true advantage of. And that includes Facebook groups, right? And so there are tons of people who are sharing and giving out information on Facebook groups. And I know that it's a lot of information. I know that it's a lot to apply. However, some of this stuff is extremely valuable. People have gone to school for it, and even better yet, they've seen success from it. They have the experience in implementing those things. And so take advantage of those groups, and also of the networks and the networking potential that is included in those groups. Groups have been one of my best friends, more from a networking standpoint than from a learning standpoint from me. Though I have received business, specifically from a group. So definitely go ahead and take advantage of those groups. The next one that not enough people take advantage of is a mentor or a business coach. I know that the business coach, they can be quite expensive and can be hard from, especially when you're first getting started. I would say research to understand what that cost may be so that you can actually save for that. And if not, just get a mentor. So before I decided to go full-time, I actually reached out to some people who I knew were operating their business full-time also, and I just asked them some questions, right? And one of the ways to get someone, to answer those questions is, first of all, if you have a relationship with those people. Luckily, I had a relationship with those people that I built, well over time before, we were really deep into our businesses. So that was definitely helpful. But also just asking someone, can you take them out to coffee, right? I did that with a lot of people. Like the first week that I started working for myself full time, I was taking people out to coffee. I was asking them, can I meet with you? So on and so forth. And these are people who, are also leaders within companies and different things like that. And I just picked a lot of people's brains during that time frame, and it was so beneficial, right? A lot of people actually are willing to share the information. You just have to approach it the right way. Which brings me to the next point, is reaching out to just someone who works in the field that you're interested in. People gladly give information. If you want to know how to market a business, ask a marketing professional. Especially if they're not making money from it, they're happy to share with you what their thoughts are on this or what their thoughts are on that. However, I would say you just have to be open to whatever feedback they give. They may give some criticism from an industry eye that is valuable, to your business. So just make sure that you have an open mind when you're meeting with someone in the field, and even with a mentor. Like, that's the whole point. That's the whole goal of these. So my next tip is that there will always be someone around you who is a little bit further ahead in the game than you are, right? There is someone that's out there who you see making boss moves. Do yourself a favor and pay very close attention to them. Learn what they're doing and attempt to actually level up your game, right? So look at those people who are around you. If you see if they're making these networks, or if they're reaching out to those people or a certain set of people, maybe try to reach out to a similar group of people. Don't exactly copy what they're doing, but just let that influence your mindset, right? Because it'll take something that's called mental fencing. It will help you break through those things as long as you continue to believe in yourself and say, you know what, they're doing that, I can do that too, or at least I can try it. And then once you get that first yes, that next yes, then you'll keep going, right? So definitely look at what people are doing outside of you, people who are just a little bit ahead in the field. And the final thing that I would say people sleep on are local meetups, right? And so local meetups, if you go to meetup.com or the Meetup app, it'll tell you if there are different meetups in the city, where people meet up for various things. There can be a kickboxing meetup, or there can be, a fitness meetup, which is the same thing as kickboxing, or there can be, help me learn Spanish, or coding meetups, right? And so take advantage of those things that are out there, right? Don't just sit on, things, but use these resources to level up your game, to network with other people, to create connections that are going to be invaluable so that you can actually grow your business. Growing your business will not happen from doing the same thing over and over again. It doesn't come from just working harder and grinding harder and working more hours. It comes from being smart about what you're doing. And definitely when you're looking at these resources, ask these questions. What did you do to grow? What did you do to grow your business? What obstacles did you run into? What should I think about? What are the headaches? I love when people share those types of things with me because it helped me create the mentality and the mindset that was needed to stick in it for the long run, right? And the other side of having these resources is creating an understanding that you too can do what these other people have done. So I hope this video was helpful. I look forward to seeing you on the internet, on the interwebs. Come find me on Melanin and Marketing on Facebook. Also follow me on Twitter at Regina Speaks. And I will talk to you guys later. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.